All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Amonos with Ricky Novea. I think this is episode 18 or 19. I don't remember. We've been fucking doing the thing, damn it. All right. It's fucking hot as balls out. Don't forget, July 19th, that's next Friday, we're having our first production of Puro Laughs showcase, dude. Get your tickets on Eventbrite, and it's only $5, dude. Fucking $5, man. It's gonna be a good fucking show. And let's not bullshit around, man. I got a special guest. He taught me how to box, all right? And I just want to introduce him, the owner of Stimulus Think Feel Move. Think Feel Move. I'm sorry if I fucked it up, but give it up for Otto Gutierrez, dog. How are you doing, dude?
What's up, guys? Pretty good.
It's been a long time since I seen you. It's been years, dog. It's been a very long time. The reason why I wanted to have you on the podcast is because I fucking can. How about that? And just because, you taught me how to box at the time where I was doing boxing, like fucking back in high school years ago. And you took a chance on me because you saw that I wanted to learn, and you taught me like the stuff that you knew. And it was fucking awesome, dude. And I always felt appreciated about that, man. So thank you.
Yeah. No, absolutely. To be honest with you, too, back in those days, I didn't have too much experience. I come from an MMA world.
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So going into the YL, into the little boxing program that you guys were running, it was a little different from what I was used to, but I knew some of the basics, and yeah, I think some of the kids in there put hands on me.
Yeah, we had some fucking great boxers, dude. That like fucking George. George was a really great boxer. Lorraine was also she's also a great boxer. Dude, they're doing the thing. And yeah, just like you did MMA first. So how was like your did you do professionally? You do amateur?
Yeah, I had about 11 amateur bouts. Say I was like 7-4 or something like that. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I tried to get into the pros, but I was kind of a knucklehead when I was younger and liked to party a lot.
Oh,
so
okay.
That kind of put me back. But no, it was a great experience. And then just going for it gave me this. It gave me a life that I couldn't have never imagined having.
Yeah, and you can't play like fighting like stuff, like you can't play like that shit's fucking. You got to be very dedicated, very fucking have like a clear head on that shit. Like, what is some experience that you think kind of like toughened you up, or like adversity that you had when you were doing your fight career?
Yeah, well, losing definitely teaches you a lot. The kind of emotion that runs through your mind and your body after is pretty heavy and pretty deep. And just having to reflect and deal with those tough emotions and having to overcome and persevere and keep going, and also injuries.
Yeah.
I had a lot of injuries and surgeries and setbacks, and sometimes those things, even though in the beginning they look like they're negative and they're bad,
Yeah.
they allow you to slow down, take a step back, and kind of reflect on what it is that you're doing.
Yeah, no, I can imagine, dude, because when I was doing it, I wasn't fully committed. I liked the sport of boxing, but at the time, like, soccer was my fucking sport that I wanted to play. I didn't like it because my grandpa boxed, my dad boxed, so like it kind of like I wanted to learn how to at least. But yeah, man, those setbacks. I mean, for some people, they're kind of like learning experiences, and then for some people, like, they can really fall down on those bad paths if they don't have that right mindset, don't you think?
Yeah, if you stay there,
Yeah.
you know those setbacks and having to take a step back so you can take 2 steps forward. They're just meant for that. They're meant to kind of slow you down, reflect, and be able to keep moving forward. But you can also get stuck there.
And I think in general, life kind of puts those tests for you. Like those tests where like you have to either you're gonna stay stuck there or you gotta find a way out of it. And I've talked about it on the podcast before where I felt like I wasn't doing much with my life, and then comedy happened, and I feel like it's been bringing the hustle out of me. I've always been competitive in sports and stuff, and I've always liked to like want to be one of the best, But at some point in my life, I kind of slowed down. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing, Have you ever had a moment like that where you had to like kind of like pull yourself out of a hole or anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. And I've been talking about this a lot. And, I work with people and I serve people just like you do.
Yeah.
Through a different form of medicine. Yours is laughter.
Yeah, yeah.
Mine's physical movement, which is still tied into the psychological and the emotional parts of life. But yeah, having to come out of setbacks. There's a quote. I don't know who it's by, but healing starts with others. And I feel like when you get stuck up on your own problems, it's kind of hard to see a solution or any way to kind of get out of it. And when you go start helping somebody else, when you're stuck or when you're down, then it allows you to get out of yourself, because I don't know how it is with comedy, but I'm sure when you're cracking jokes, you're not really thinking about you. You're thinking about the response and the reaction from the crowd.
Yeah, it's tough. Comedy is tough. I've had some friends that like when they, even myself, when I have a bad set, you're your own enemy and you'll talk down on yourself and like I should fucking quit doing this shit, but yet we don't quit. We're still there trying to grind, trying to get better and stuff. And
Absolutely.
It's an amazing process because like for comics, like you see them when they first start, they're like bad, and then they kind of like start gaining momentum and like getting better at doing some jokes and like understanding when to give pauses for laugh breaks or like doing little different things and stuff like that. And also I think that's kind of like in fitness, like you have to kind of try different things to find stuff that works for you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Whenever you start anything, you're not going to be good at it. If the world worked like that, then we'd have a bunch of fucking superstars.
Yeah, I know, real, right?
And we wouldn't have any underdogs or anything like that. So it just takes time, man. It takes time, and not only time, but what it is that you're doing with that time, how much you're putting in. Because what you put into this life is what you're gonna get out.
That's I think I can agree with that 100%, man. Have you ever had a time where you're just kind of like, because it seems like you've always been like a fit person. Have you ever felt like you're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna let myself go, like I'm just gonna fucking stop working out and like just eat bad?
Yeah. Actually, the last several years, man, I've been on probably the most hiatus that I ever had. But it's such a trip, man. Like, I always come back stronger and better, which also lets me know that possibly what I was doing was too much.
Okay.
Because it's really not that crazy much that you need to do. Like when we're starting something, it's like the 80-20 rule.
Yeah.
You put in 20% effort and you're going to get back 80% return. But once you start climbing that ladder, those percentages start to change. So once you're kind of at my experience or level with this, I'm sure like Chris Rock or Dave Chappelle or anything like that, they got to put in a lot more percentage to be able to get even just those 20% out.
Yeah, dude. I did, and I've always seen you do a bunch of shit. Like I've never seen you take a break. Like I think the last time you did like was it like that was weird. The camera went off, but you did like 100 miles, right? Like you did like a night and day like marathon. I remember you had posted that like a couple years ago.
Yeah. Right now, actually, I'm 4 weeks out from doing Bigfoot 200. So it's a 200-mile run, and it's out in Washington. I can't put it into perspective, and there's no words that can have you relate to something like this. It's about 46,000 feet of climbing, 46, yeah, 1,000 feet of descent, and but it's been a progression. I've done a lot of reflecting, the last several days leading up to this run, and I actually failed this one last year, and I'll maybe talk about that in a little bit. But I just remember like the first time that I did 20-something laps over here across the street at Biola. And then the first time I ran 10 miles on a treadmill in my mom's garage. And then the first time I did a marathon. And then the first time that I did an overnight run. And the first time I ran 75 miles. And then it's been a climb, and it's been for most of my life. But I know when you hear 200 right now, it's kind of hard to connect the dots.
That sounds like fucking. I couldn't even imagine. I can't even probably run a mile anymore. You know what I'm saying? I fucking hate running now, dude. I used to love running, but I just hate it now. But
I can tell.
Fuck you, dude. I've been thick, all right. I've been getting thick. It's okay. I've been lifting though. I'm on carnivore diet. I'm gonna lose some weight, all right. What does it say? But how do you mentally prepare for that then? How do you prepare for that? Like it doesn't seem like a regular person can prepare for that. I feel like you have to be kind of crazy to do it, you know?
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, there's definitely a lot of preparation that goes into it physically with putting in the miles. I do a lot of yoga, a lot of strength training. But then stress doesn't just come from the physical. I have a 7-month-old young boy. I have a 5-year-old girl, and then I have a stepdaughter. And those kids take a lot out of me, man.
I bet, man.
And it's all stress, dude. There's this guy, Paul Check, out there that has a pretty cool little diagram of how stress works. But imagine a house. Imagine turning the sink on in your kitchen, the sink on in your bathroom, the hose outside, or all the valves. All that is stress, and all that has to go to one fucking pipe. So whether you're being stressed from a relationship, you're being stressed from a workout, from a job, it doesn't matter. It's all stress. So as I've gotten older and wiser, I'm able to kind of balance them out a little bit more and understand where the stresses are coming from. Yeah, cause shit, I'm almost 40, dude, and
I can tell.
Yeah, I know you can. Yeah, but
no, you don't look. You still look like you're 25, dude. How about that?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's probably because of the lifestyle, man. And don't get it twisted. You know, for most of my life, I've smoked pot for a long time. Yeah, right now I'm actually sober. And it's kind of interesting because most of the times in my life where I've been sober is when I've been able to accomplish the most in life.
Dude, yeah. Okay, so like I know, I have this thing too where it's like I smoke weed from time to time. It's not like I do it daily, because I see that it does take a lot of your time up, you know? Because like people say, oh, you can't get addicted to weed. Yeah, you can, because if you're doing it all the time and you have to like you have to be high in order to function, then you're addicted to it, you know? It's just something that people don't understand, you know? And it just take time away from focusing on shit that you can get done, you know? And there was another question I was gonna fucking ask you, but I blanked out. But
let me piggyback on that.
Go ahead.
It might not just be the weed, you know. It can be the pot, it can be the alcohol, it can be too. Social media. That's probably one of the fucking biggest ones. But all those things, they give you this feeling of satisfaction when you're not supposed to be fucking satisfied. There's shit that needs to get done, but instead of doing those things, we end up, you know, seeking comfort. And comfort is probably the most addicting thing that we all seek. Nobody wants to be fucking strung or stressed out, and you know, life right now moves so fast.
Yeah,
and
it does.
Full of so much shit, but yeah.
And I remember now, if we're talking about stress, like the thing is too, like you could be thinking about one thing about like that's stressing you out, but then you start thinking a bunch of shit, you know, and having like those mental, like I've had them where I have those little mental breakdowns where I'm like, I'm stressed out about one thing, or I'm having anxiety about one thing, and then it opens up shit from my past, and I'm like thinking like, what the fuck, like, dude, I'm not where I want to be yet. And then I have to control and just be like, look, you're doing good right now. You're doing what you should be doing. Obviously you could do more, but like the whole like trickle effect of one thing can lead to other shit when you're stressed out and like, you know, anxiety and all that shit. Like, and that's why I like working out, even though it doesn't look I like working out, but that's one thing that helps me like de-stress, you know, helps me decompress. There was something I did want to ask you, like, you've been working out for years, right? Like for probably since you were like a kid.
Yeah. I started in soccer.
Oh, you started playing soccer?
Yeah, I was a soccer player. I played soccer for about 9 years. And then, you know, throughout high school, got into partying and drugs and all that stupid crap. And then, you know, I always wanted to be a professional athlete. And so soccer kind of felt like so far away because I had stopped for a while. And then, you know, I always thought you have to go to college and go that whole route. So I'm like, well, fuck, what about fighting? You know, and it was just starting on the come up with mixed martial arts, the UFC, and all that stuff. So I was like, well, shit, I don't really have to go to school for that, and I can go bang with some people. So I kind of started pursuing that. Yeah.
Yeah, because during that time too, was that like the early 2000s, right? Around there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's when it was popping off, right?
Yes.
The UFC.
Yeah.
And then now it's crazy. There's a lot of people that want to be like MMA fighters now. It's very competitive.
Yeah. No, it is, man. It is. But even that, just like everything else, it could be an escape. You know what I mean? Like sometimes when you don't want to go to school or you don't want to face the hardship of becoming a doctor or this or that, it's a lot easier to go get hit in the fucking face and,
Yeah.
and go hit somebody else, you know. But no, I'm a big dreamer. I always have. I still perceive myself accomplishing great things in the future. Possibly writing a book.
That would be cool, man.
Yeah, just creating something where I can target more people or reach more people. Just like what you're doing with this podcast and stuff. You know, I really love servicing people, and I always say this: I don't run a business. I provide a service.
Yeah.
You know, and that's one of the most fulfilling things that I've ever been able to experience is to give. And that's why I fucking love being a father. My kids mean everything to me, and watching them grow and instilling, you know, these hardcore beliefs and actions is something else, man.
Dude, yeah, because I remember when you were talking, I think you had told me that you were gonna have a daughter, and like you would post her on social media from time to time. She loves working out, right? And like you kind of like instilled that in her, or she just kind of just like being active all the time.
Yeah, I don't know about love, but definitely, you know, you're a product of your environment, man. She grew up in the gym. She grew up watching people train and work out in the gym, and then she gets a lot of feedback and a lot of praise from that. So who doesn't want that in life? You know, who doesn't want to be recognized and be told good job and all that? So it's, you know, my mom always used to tell me when I was younger, you know, show me your friends and I'll show you who you are. So it's definitely, you know, you're the sum average of the 5 people you hang out the most with in life, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that's true, and I think talking about praise and stuff and like getting like a good feeling to that's why I'm doing comedy, dude, because I was like, I'm such an attention whore that I like when people tell me like, dude, you're funny, dude, like you're funny, you made my night by just your fucking jokes, and I get a satisfaction from it, you know. Besides me like enjoying comedy, like the fact that like people would say like, dude, like I had a shit day today and you just tell me your jokes made me feel a lot better. Like I like hearing that shit, you know.
Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely.
So like, what made you want to do a gym here? Like what like how did that become of?
Yeah, I actually started off in my mom's garage. You know, I was doing my own thing, pursuing my goals and my dreams, and then I had a manager at Costco where I used to work, and he wanted to lose some weight.
Okay.
So I was like, dude, just come down, work out, and we'll get something started. And he loved it. Then he ended up kicking me down like $10 or something like that, and it took a while for me to receive it because I didn't want it. Like, you know, I wasn't doing something for money or because I wanted to get paid. It was just a passion of mine. Excuse me. And then from there, it just started kicking off, and then I got more people asking me, and once word kind of got out, then that's how it got built, man. And I got this house in 2007 with my mom. Ended up renting it out for several years, and then I moved in 2010.
Oh shit! So ever since 2010, that's when you started the gym?
Yeah. 2010, I went through what I would probably say rock bottom in life. I went through some things. I was just involved in kind of illegal activity. And
oh fuck!
Yeah, I just I hit rock bottom, man. So then from there, you know, I actually, so leading up to that, and I grew up believing in God.
Yeah.
But then, you know, once I got in my early 20s, I had a lot of fucking questions. I was like, well, what about evolution? What about science? What about this? What about that? And then I went on my own journey, man, and I definitely hit the ground fucking hard. And there's where I dropped down back to my knees and asked the Lord for help. And damn, did he fucking come through, man. You know, I got really involved in church and God, and then my dad was sick at the time.
Yeah.
Actually, when I met you, my dad had just passed away about 3 months prior.
Oh shit! So once that happened, that's when you had started working for the
YL. Yeah. And then before then, because I ended up quitting my job at Costco, I was growing pot. I was actually growing pot, not legally how it is nowadays. But yeah, and you know, I fucking lost everything, dude. I had maybe $100 to my name. I had no car, no job. And from that hardship came this. I was like, you know, fuck it. I'm gonna do the gym thing, and I have a couple clients. I'm gonna start going with that. So I've been doing this full time since 2010.
Oh shit!
And specifically here out of my home. I can't believe it's been 14 years, dude. It's nuts, man.
Yeah, and it's cool because like I like you post some stuff on social media, and it seems like a lot of people like getting their work out here, you know, and then like a lot of the training stuff, and I'm pretty sure you get that satisfaction. And there's I'm not sure if he's a family member of yours, but there was, I think, Eddie, right?
Yeah,
dude, and shout out to him, man, because he was a big dude, and he lost a lot of weight, dude.
Yeah, Eddie. His name's been popping out a lot more, man. So remember I was talking about earlier how healing starts with others. He's a neighbor of mine. He used to live about 8 houses down, and I always was that guy that wanted to fucking save the world and da da da. But I was going through a hardship, and I was going through a breakup, and I was just not in a good place. And then I was thinking like, fuck, dude, I want to help all these people, but I can't even help my neighbor out because I'd always see him walking up and down the street, and he was just heavy, dude.
Yeah.
And one day I ran out. I approached him, and I'm like, hey, dude, you want to change your life? And he was like, yeah. So we ended up going to Soup Plantation and had a little lunch and a little talk. He was almost 400 pounds, dude, and he was 18 years old.
Yeah.
And then from there, you know, he started training over here and kind of helped me out. And for the first year that he trained, he only lost like 25 pounds, but he gained a lot of strength, a lot of endurance, you know, some confidence. And then the following year, you know, I was telling him, fuck, dude, something has to change, man. And we committed to getting up early in the morning at 4:30 every single fucking day for a year, except for Sundays, and then training 6 days out of the week from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. And then he would come and eat here quite a bit. So most of his nutrition, and that's the one that made the difference, man. You cannot outwork a bad diet. I know you've heard that so much, but there's so many things that are linked to nutrition that are going to allow you to perform better, drop the LBs that you want. So it wasn't until you started eating good and then got a little bit deeper into the emotional and psychological barriers that, dude, you almost dropped fucking 200 pounds, man.
Yeah.
He dropped down to 207 pounds, and I fucking hate to say this right now, but he's almost back up to 400 pounds. I haven't talked to Eddie in like over a year-ish, almost a year and a half. He fell in love, dude.
Don't fall in love, yeah. All right? Don't fucking fall in love. Don't do it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is this, and I'm actually in love right now with my woman. And love is not what it kind of seems to be on social media. And you know, if you go to love biblically and what it means, you know, love does not boast, it does not envy, it does not put people down. Real true love is not this fucking high and this fatuation that people get and stuff. You know what I mean? And real true love actually makes you a better person.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. That's why I haven't been in love for like 5 years. So so if anybody wants to come out and date me, dude, I want some shit like that. All right, but
aren't you gay?
Nah, sometimes it depends on the day of the week. It's the weekend, so it's Sunday. It's the Lord's Day. I can't be gay. But dude, we'll send positive vibes to Eddie, man. But that's one thing, like, for sure that like, when I would see him post stuff with my old social media before it got fucking hacked and shit, but it was cool because it's like everything was with you, you know, and I even remember the last time I had messaged him, like, hey, dude, that's sick that you're doing this, like, keep going, man, because it did change his life, I bet, you know.
Oh, absolutely, man, absolutely. And you know, I've been thinking about him a lot. People ask me about him all the fucking time. You know, we were tied together, and then most of my presence on social media was with him.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I'm not a big fan of this shit, dude. If I can be wearing a mask right now, I think it would make it so much more appealing to me, because you know, it's not me, man. When I get into these things and these talks, some other character comes out, dude. It's pretty nuts, man. And I don't like to get the recognition for it, because they're not my words. They're words and morals and lessons and philosophies that have been passed down through time and history that come out of my soul. I'm just a fucking vessel, man.
Yeah. So, like, so who were some people that kind of, like, helped you, like for me, Joey Diaz is, I fucking talk about him time. He's a comic. He's helped me through my hardship, you know. He always says, like, why not you, like, why, like, you know, you have more to life, you know. It's always a beautiful day to be alive, so why not do something about it, you know, like, do something that you want to do, not just fucking work a 9 to 5 where you're, like, basically a robot and you have, like, that cycling schedule. So, like, who are some people that helped you kind of figure that out, or, like, that your morals, you know, like, that helped you believe in your morals, I guess?
Yeah, fuck, man. Right now it's kind of hard to think of a bunch of names and stuff, because there's been so many along
Any of them that
road.
pop in mind, dude. Any of them that pop in mind.
Yeah. But a lot of my coaches and mentors that I found through work, through mixed martial arts, through school, you know, they made a huge impact in my life, and I try to pay that forward as much as I possibly can. There's a fitness guru out there on social media, Paul Chek, that has some pretty deep shit to talk about. And kind of, you know, this guy is already well known out there and he gets a lot of praise. But the David Gogins, man, that fucker opened up a door for me that I didn't know existed.
Who's to carry that boat, man?
Yeah, serious shit, man. I thought I didn't know 100 miles was possible. I didn't know, you know, just go, like, I didn't know these things were possible. I always thought, since I'm such a knucklehead, I'll probably kill myself and something like that. But just listening to his hardships and his experiences and just open up those fucking doors for me, man. And that's what I love to do with the people that I interact with, is just opening doors and letting them know that there's so much more out there. You're possible. You're like anything is fucking possible. It's such a trip.
It is.
So yeah, and then for sure my dad and my mom, even though they were separated, they were really devoted to my sister and I, and they're huge influences, man. Just listening to their story, where they came from and what they built here.
That's awesome, though,
was
dude.
pretty amazing, yeah.
Yeah, because I grew up with separated parents too, but I mean, it was for the best, you know, them separating and shit, because it was a kind of a toxic household, you know. But like my dad being in my corner, though, like kind of the same thing, like mentoring me, like, hey, you know what, like you can do whatever you believe in, you know. You just gotta put the time in. Like when I told him that I wanted to do comedy, he was very stoked because he wanted to do something, but he didn't have that support when he was a kid, you know. Yeah. So he's always been there for me, and so that's awesome, though, that your parents are some of, like, your mentors, because I know some people don't have that, you know. They don't have that home that they can find support in, you know.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
There was something I want to ask you. It was about, like, if like Eddie, right? Like someone that hasn't worked out before, right? Like, what is some advice that you would want to give them so they can start? Because like I have a buddy of mine that I was trying to get him to come out to the gym and stuff, but he wouldn't want to go if I didn't go, and I'm like, why not? And he would tell me, oh, it's because, like, I'm kind of shy. Like, I think people make fun of me. Yeah. I'm like, no, that's not the case. You know, maybe some people, yeah, because they're fucking dickheads, you know, and you see those fucking videos on Instagram or on TikTok, like people getting made fun of. But like, what's something that you can give advice to somebody that wants to start working out?
The Goldilock rule. The Goldilock rule is it needs to be right just for you. So it can't be too easy and it can't be too hard, but it has to be right in that fucking sweet spot, man. So, you know, just because everybody's doing CrossFit or everybody's doing boxing or everybody's doing weightlifting, it doesn't matter what everybody else is doing. You got to kind of go deep inside and see what it is that you want to do, and then start to dabble into that a little bit. And I agree with finding somebody. Definitely the community, and even just having a partner along this journey is something that's really important, because you're gonna fall. And I'm sorry to say this, but you're not enough, man. You know, most of the stuff that we do in life is for others. And then, so yeah, just that Goldilock rule, man, and finding something that is right for you, no matter what the fuck it is that you see on social media or what other people say. And then more than even the training, even though they go hand in hand, start with fucking nutrition, man. Drink water, sleep, start walking. That's all you need to do. Serious shit, you know. Maybe some push-ups, some air squats. Nothing needs to be so crazy. Everybody tries to do these gnarly fucking programs, and it's never about the program. It's about what suits you the best.
Yeah, I think that's very true. Diet for me, that's what's hard. I just started carnivore diet like probably like 2 weeks ago, and I don't know, like everybody's been talking about it, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna try it. And I have been like losing some pounds, you know. And it's made me feel good, because I think it's just because I'm not having any carbs, and I haven't had like fucking French fries. That I was like always a whore for French fries, chips and stuff like that. And since I haven't been eating that, like the gym workouts have been a lot more where I can like push a little bit more weight, where I could do a little bit more reps, and like I can't wait to keep going on and see what comes out of it, you know.
Well, let me ask you, how long have you been doing this, the carnivore diet?
Just 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you feel? If you feel good right
yeah
now?
I feel good.
Yeah. So you've taken out a whole food group.
Don't touch my leg, dog.
All carbs. Sorry, dude. I forgot it was Sunday. I forgot it was
trying
Sunday.
to touch my leg, dude.
Yeah. So no carbs at all.
Yeah, I haven't had any carbs. Like, and the only carbs that I've had was like just steamed rice, like once in a while, and it's like very little.
That's a carb.
But like for the most part, I've cut every carb out though.
Yeah.
But
okay. Yeah, I would recommend not doing like that unless you want to look like this guy. Yeah.
What would you recommend? What would you recommend? Go.
Yeah. No. Look, and carbs are good. Fat is good. Protein is good. You need it all. God didn't create this world without carbs, because that's what fruits and vegetables are.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's more the type of carbs that you're consuming that are kind of fucking you over. I would start seeking out more complex carbs that come from fruits and vegetables and high in fiber, because you want to do something that's sustainable. And however it is that you get to that place, that's pretty much the only way you're going to know how to get there. And then if you start cutting out all these carbs, once you start putting those carbs back in, what's going to happen? You know, you're going to kind of fall back into your old ways. So just recommend, you know, what you could cut out is all the processed shit, all the processed sugar, all the oils, like if you look at the back of a food label and you can't even fucking pronounce the ingredients,
don't eat it.
No, don't fucking eat it, man. It's very simple. You know, people ask me all the time, like, well, then what should I eat? I'm like, look, if it comes from the earth, eat it. If it comes in a box or in a bag, try to stay away from it. You know,
simple as that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then another one that I run into a lot, everybody is so fucking horny over losing weight. And I'm sorry, but in life, losing is not an appealing thing. And I know that losing something that you don't want, it does sound good and feel good, but just the psychological mind fuck from losing and wanting to keep losing and losing and losing is going to make you lose.
Yeah, okay.
Me, you know? So more, I would kind of flip it and see like, well, fuck, what can I gain? Well, I can get up off the chair a lot better. I have more endurance. I'm not huffing and puffing going upstairs.
Ooh,
I'm a better mom. I'm a better son. I'm a better sister. I'm a better father. I'm a better employee. Like, there's so many things that show you how much better you're getting than that fucking scale. And everybody gets so hung up on that scale that they miss out on everything that is happening so much better in your life. And you try to focus on that one thing, and it's, yeah, I get it all the fucking time, man. And it's hard, dude. Society, all this cool fucking social media posts and all these crazy fucking fad diets and shit. They're monsters, dude. And it's hard for people like us that are honest and authentic and aren't trying to make money off of selling a fucking supplement or a diet. What it is that you actually should be doing.
Otto dropping some fucking heat right there, dude. I like that. No, because I know, like, even friends that, like, are, they're, I want to say, blessed enough where they can still, like, walk and not feel, and they feel fat, and they're like, I just want to lose weight. And I'm like, dude, but you look good, like, how do you feel? Do you feel fine? Like, did you feel fine, like, from the last time that you didn't feel, you know what I mean? Like, like you said, you're able to get up, you don't feel like you're fucking huffing and puffing, and that's like something that people forget sometimes is like, count your blessings, count your blessings in the sense where like you can do more than what you could the last time,
Absolutely, yeah. And there's skinny fat, man. There's people that are skinny, they look thin, and they're very fucking unhealthy, man. They can be dealing with a lot of anxiety, depression. I've had kids come in here that are very, very thin, kind of won't look you in the eyes, and I measure their heart rate, and it's like at fucking 200 from a warm-up. I'm like, God damn, like, you're fucking undercover depressed and going through some shit in life, but you're definitely not fucking showing, man. So, if you see someone out there and their body language is showing, something negative or kind of being down, shoot them a fucking smile, man. Give them a what's up, shake their hand, tell them to keep their chest up, chin up. Body language is a thing, man, and it's a language that most of us don't fucking speak anymore.
Yeah, I know, and I think that's true because the last person I had was my homie Andres, and I met him at the gym, and he also met me at the time where I was kind of feeling like not confident in myself, and him just kind of like, what's up, bro? Like, just give me a head on and shit, and we started like kicking it off well, and it changed myself a lot. Where it's like I talk to people here at the gym, like, hey man, like, how are you doing? Shit like that, because you just never know, and just being nice to people, like, outside of the gym, just in daily, like, just having a conversation with them, you never know how much that can, like, save their life or change their life possibly, and I think a lot of people are just too busy stuck on their phones sometimes where they just kind of miss the opportunity to talk to somebody that has something interesting to say or that might change your mind about something, open up the doors for you to have a different perspective on things.
Absolutely, and it comes back fucking tenfold, because how good does it feel to make somebody laugh?
It feels awesome.
It feels fucking great. And it feels so much better to give than to receive.
Yeah.
And when you give, you're actually receiving back like 10 fucking fold. I remember a buddy at Costco was trying to give me a book. And I was like, nah, man, I can't fucking take the book. I know how much these things mean. Like, da-da-da. And he's like, dude, you're being selfish, bro. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm trying to not take the book.
Yeah.
Nah, you're not allowing me to feel the feeling of giving. I was like, fuck, you flipped that one on me, man.
That's crazy. He flipped that one on me too. Shit, I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, dude. And that's how the world goes around. Because imagine every single time you try to make someone laugh and they're like, nope, I ain't laughing. Even though it was funny, like, nope, I'm not gonna laugh. Or, you're trying to give shit out and people aren't taking it. How the fuck is the world gonna keep spinning? you know? So whenever you don't receive something from someone, a gift, you're also kind of obstructing those natural flows of life.
Wow, no, that's very true, because I'm the same way where, like, if someone wants to give me something, I'm like, oh no, like, and it's not because you're trying to be disrespectful, right? But it's just because like you kind of like, no, like, you don't want to like take something from somebody like that, it's just I think maybe it's something how we kind of like grew up on, like, as,
mm-hmm. So, but the more you give, the more that you understand that cycle and that flow, and then you'll receive. Because nowadays it's like that closed mouths don't get fed. fuck that. You want to give me something? Fuck, give it to me.
Yeah.
Especially if it's good, it's gonna help me out and shit. It's gonna help out my family and put food on the table. Shit, help me out, man. Shit, I'm not trying to do this shit alone. I ain't got that much pride. Trust me. Yeah,
dude, that's awesome, man. I was to say something about working out too. I forgot what the fuck it was. What kind of workouts, like you were saying that like you're like when you hear people saying, you're just like, fuck, I fucking hate when people talk to me about that. Like with like a P90X workout or like fucking CrossFit. A lot of people don't like CrossFit workouts.
Yeah. Nah, you know what? I honestly don't have one, man, because it's like that thing that I was saying. You know, there's just like the language that we speak. The body language is the same way, where there's so many different languages, and they all kind of serve the purpose of communication, of being able to express. So to me, any of the workouts are cool. Any workout that you can do and that you're going to stick to, I'm fucking cool with it, man. There's people that like HIIT. There's people that high intensity interval training.
Mm-hmm.
There's people that like boxing. There's people that like P90X, people that like CrossFit. Anything that you're going to stick to, I'm cool with, man. Yeah. And, you know, starting off to, you know, especially most chicks are worried about their ass. Most guys are worried about their chest. You know what I mean? But what houses your internal organs is your core. You know, and it's your core that your arms connect to, your legs connect to. So your arms and your legs are only going to be as strong as your fucking what they're connected to, which is your core.
Yeah.
Starting off with some core workouts, learning how to fucking breathe properly.
That's true.
You know, and I think that, and another one that I like is your body weight is Mother Nature's perfect amount of resistance for yourself. So just starting off with your own body weight is perfect, man. You don't need to be throwing around all kinds of crazy weight or standing on your fucking head or nothing like that. Like, you know, there's all kinds of dudes that want to go bench 225 because they see that shit on social media all the time. But it's like, dude, you can't even fucking do 20 push-ups, bro.
Dude, yeah, I did see that Richard Simmons poster that you have, you know, so I'm pretty sure that's your idol. But
yeah,
but no,
everybody starts somewhere, man.
Everybody starts somewhere. We must increase the buzz. Yeah. But that's crazy you say that, dude, because the gym that I go to, right? There's this one guy.
You go to the gym?
I go to the gym. Jim's Burgers, bro. but fucking this guy puts 8 45 plates on each side to do a squat, and he doesn't do the whole, like.
That's another one, man.
Dude, and I don't know why they do this shit, and like people think like they're not gonna get hurt. They're gonna get fucking hurt one day, and God forbid that shit happens, dude, because it's just one bad movement, and your fucking knees are to go fucking in and shit. Yeah,
definitely. Your joints are not meant to take on those kind of loads, especially with improper form. You know, if everything is aligned and structurally like you're where you're supposed to be at, then cool, because it's your muscular system that's going to take on that load. But your joints are not meant to be load bearing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So. Yeah, again, that fucking Goldilock rule, man. Starting with what you can. Yeah.
Goldilock rule, okay? That's probably be the name of the episode, Goldilock rule, all right?
Yeah,
so you know,
I like that.
What was it to say? There was something else that I wanted to tell you.
Same with the nutrition. It's like fucking cutting out carbs and eating a cow, you know, is not it's not the best way to go. But just maybe, and this is the other one too, you know, losing. What can I take out? What can I take away? No, how about what can you add in? You know, can I add in a little bit more protein? Okay. Can I add in a little bit more water? Can I get a little bit more sleep? Like what can I add in? Oh, fucking sleep's number one, bro. That if I had an order, it would go sleep. Fuck, maybe love first, but sleep, water, and then food, and then working out.
Yeah, sleep. I've had some long fucking nights, dude, and I know sometimes you have to not sleep to get your shit done and stuff, you know. But yeah, that's something, the recovery. But
I'll talk to you about sleep right now. So last year I went to go do this fucking run that I'm about to go do again. I made it to 180 miles and I fucking ran at a time. I missed the cutoff by 15 minutes. I only had 20 fucking miles left. Long story short, I went out with 2 other knuckleheads. They didn't really have the experience, but it was cool. You know, most of these things are not about me. I don't really get horny over running 200, 300, 100 miles anymore. You know I can do it. So when I can take someone else along for the journey of the ride, it's fucking dope, dude. It makes my experience so much fucking better. So these guys, I had to kind of help them out quite a bit. And then the first night we slept for about an hour and a half-ish. The second night we slept for about another hour and a half. And then on the third day, they kind of collapsed. So they went out at 130 miles and I kept going. And then that third night, I only got 30 minutes of sleep. And then the last night, I fucking got lost, bro. I lost my brain. It was such a fucking trip. And I've done quite a bit of drugs, but nothing was like this, dude, because everything that I was seeing, I wholeheartedly believed. You know, it was such a trip. So the last night we went out, we were already kind of fucked and kind of starting to run out of time. And I ended up getting lost and I got found by the sweepers. So the sweepers are just 2 people that are sweeping the course, making sure no one's left behind. We all have trackers and stuff. And, you know, we all sign waivers that, you know, if you die, it's your own fucking damn fault, man. So it was a scary moment, but I got found and then we kept going. And I kept telling the chicks, like, dude, have you guys fucking seen the art that's up here?
What the fuck,
dude? Have you seen the fucking, I don't know who the fuck comes out here. It's got to be a group of hippies or fucking some shit. But like all the sticks and like all the leaves, like they had little faces. And I've hallucinated before because I did the Moab 240 in Utah. And then like the last day I started hallucinating and seeing shit on the floor and like, shadows of people, but nothing like fucking this, dude. This was on another level, bro, because it was as clear as fucking day. I was sober as fuck. And I was like, dude, no fucking way someone comes up here and does this shit. So they knew I was tripping out. I didn't know I was tripping out. And I was starting to get mad at them because I was like, dude, I'm fucking not kidding. Like I know you think I'm hallucinating, but I'm fucking dead serious. Like, they're just fucking everywhere. They didn't want to let me go because I was like, dude, you got to let me go. Like, you got to let me go. I'm going to run out of time. Like, I can't fucking afford to come back again next year and do this. These things are fucking expensive. Like, let me go. And they wouldn't fucking let me go, dude. So we kept going that whole night. And, you know, we picked up a couple more people along the way that were stuck. And then finally, when the sun started coming back up the last day, they're like, I think they got fucking sick of me. and
just talking about the art?
Yeah, they're like, Otto, go. And I'm like, fucking cool. Finally. Dude, I fucking went, bro. And I got lost again, dude. Like, in the middle of broad daylight, like, you know, I think I just said, fuck it. I'm going to go this way and shit. Got off course. My brain was just done, bro. And then I get to the aid station. They're like, nope, that's it. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dude. And I'm like, I'm like this, you know, physically fine. I'm cool. And then I get in the car and we start driving back to the cabin. And, you know, I'm there with my girl, my cousin, and the other guy. And I'm like, look, like fucking look at that shit. Like, there's like a log with fucking horns and they all look at me like kind of fucking weird, but they don't say nothing, man. And then finally, like, I get to the cabin and I see a whole fucking family out there, like having a picnic out in the backyard and shit. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm fucking, like, I can see it, but I know they're not there. Like, oh, it was such a mind fuck, bro. And, you know, it really, like, when I always bring that shit back here and I like sharing it with people and then learning from those experiences, because what we see comes from the inside. Like, reality is a very interesting fucking thing.
Yeah.
And what you believe and what you see might not be fucking real, man. It's a fucking trip, dude. So, yeah, not until the next day where I was like, oh, fuck. And it took me, like, about a week to, like, really comprehend, like,
what happened?
Motherfucker. Yeah, those things were not fucking real. and I'm so excited to do it again in about
She
2
fucking
weeks.
dude,
Yeah.
that's
I want that drug again, man.
dude, that La Mirada David Goggins shit right there, dude. Fuck yeah. But that's just because you were sleep deprived, right? You just started seeing because you were sleep deprived. Yeah,
Absolutely,
dude. That
dude.
yeah, man. That's crazy.
There's 4 days of very, very minimal sleep, and yeah, man. But hey, the human mind, body, and heart is amazing. But the coolest thing is your fucking spirit, man. If you can tap into your spirit, that's something else. Because in those couple of days, you lose your mind, you lose your heart, your physical body breaks down, and you have to tap into something fucking deeper that I just can't put into words, man.
Yeah, that's intense, man. Like, yeah, I don't have words for that shit, dude. Cause like I've done shrooms and it's not like you were on shrooms, bro. You know, it's not like you were on shrooms.
I've done
like,
shrooms too, and it's nothing like that, man.
It didn't sound anything like that, but
nah, not at all.
But yeah, man, that yeah, I try to like. So what do you do like for your rest days then? Like, do you take breaks? Like what is something that you like to do when you take some time off to be like, all right, I'm doing too much. Like I gotta decompress, and like what are some things you like to do?
Yeah, absolutely. I've definitely learned to pay attention to the signals that my mind, my body, and my heart give me. They let me know when I'm at that fucking place where I'm about to cross that line. And the only way you know how to get to that place and not cross the line is by crossing the fucking line.
Okay, yeah,
so
no, that's
you
true.
have to fail. You have to go to that place where you did too much, and then you learn. You learn at the signals that your body gives you, your mind gives you. So now I have a little bit more of a balance and a little bit more wisdom, but I still fucking get after it, because then rest is just full of guilt and fucking shame.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not supposed to be resting. But for example, like today, I went to the dog beach with my dog, all my kids, and my girl. Spent the whole day there, and it fucking fills my cup back up, man. So then I could afford to go back out there tomorrow and start going. Next week is my peak week, and then I taper. I taper for 3 weeks almost, dude.
So what's taper? Like
Yeah,
you kind of like cut back, or
yeah, exactly, dude. So I'll peak out. You know, yesterday I did 20 miles up in the trails. It was hot as fuck with like 3,500 feet of climbing. It took me about 5.5-ish hours. And then this week I'll peak out at somewhere around like the 28 to 30 miles up in the trails, again with a lot of fucking climbing, a lot of heat. You know, I wear a backpack with all my water, all my food, all my supplies. You got to carry a bunch of shit. And then the following week I start to kind of decline on the mileage and the stress. And then the last week it's more traveling. I'm driving up there with my cousin on Tuesday. I'll get there by Wednesday. I have to check in on Thursday, and then the race starts on Friday, man.
Oh shit! And where is it at? Is it here in Cali or is it
No, it's in Washington State. So it's
State.
the Cascade Mountains. It's we go to 4 fucking peaks, bro. It's Mount Rainier, Mount St. Helens, Mount Margaret, and another fucking mountain. It was where Mount St. Helens, I want to say, is a volcano that erupted in the 1980s. So we travel through like a bunch of lava, like melted lava rock. You see the chaos that volcano did. It's pretty gnarly, you know, all the trees that are still broken down. This was in the 80s, man, and yeah, it's nuts, dude. It's such a surreal fucking experience. It's one of the hardest 200-mile races that's out there. I've done the Moab 240, and I've done another 4-day run where I hit 200 miles. And I don't even like to think about this too much because I'm so focused on this, but I'm actually signed up and I paid for the first 300-mile run that this company's putting on in Arizona in April of next year.
Oh, shit.
And yeah, that's the thing, dude. It's not about the fucking mileage, whether it was 100, 200, 300, 500. I've heard of people that have done fucking so many miles. It's about the fucking experience, man.
Yeah.
It's
about, I think that's a cool way to think of it too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you done like the Tough Mudders or like the Spartan races and stuff like that too?
Yeah. So that's actually how I got started with the overnight things. I did a World's Toughest Mudder three years in a row. So that's a 24-hour obstacle course that you go through. It's a 5-mile loop with about 20-something obstacles. and you go around that same fucking loop for 24 hours.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And the first time I failed. I did 50 miles, but I wasn't on the course at the cutoff time, so it didn't count. And I was like, well, fuck, I'm going back next year. Went back next year and just fucking killed it. Went back the following year, killed it again. So failure, failing is only a failure if you accept failure. I always use it as a stepping stone. The time and all that stuff doesn't matter to me anymore. Just being able to finish is something that's really appealing to me. And if I don't finish, I'm gonna keep fucking going until I finish, man.
Hell yeah, that's good. That's an awesome mindset to have. Like they say, failure is just an experience for me to learn from anyway. So
yeah, absolutely.
That's a big thing. Is there anything else you want to add? We're almost at that hour, so at like 5 minutes, man.
Nah, man. Like I don't know, all this crazy ass shit that I do and what I do for a living is honestly just to do the same things that like those David Gogins of the world did for me. And I listen to so many fucking books. I read so many books. I try to draw inspiration from others. A lot of people say they're not motivated, and there's a cool little saying that bathing doesn't last forever, or no. How's the fucking quote go? Oh, they say motivation doesn't last very long. Neither does bathing. That's why it's recommended daily. Every day you gotta fucking motivate yourself, and even if you're not motivated, you gotta have the discipline to fucking keep going and do the damn thing. Sometimes you find the motivation through just getting up, getting started, and doing it. But just opening those doors and seeing what you're actually capable of doing, through about 14, 15 years of doing what it is that I do, I like kind of developed the sixth sense of how to read body language. And a lot of people get so stuck up in their heads and they start telling themselves like, I'm not like them. I can't do it. There's no way I'm going to be. And I'm looking at the body language and it's telling me something completely fucking different, that like, nah, you fucking can. You can. So just inspiring that hope in people is fuck what I live for, man.
That's awesome, dude. I that's fucking cool. And that's why I wanted to have you on the podcast, man, because like I said, you taught me how to box, and like I knew you have some like good gems that you preach, and that's why I wanted to have you as my guest. Like I think you're an awesome dude. I know you do help other people, and that's the fucking great thing. As like you said, like you're providing a service to somebody to be better,
Yeah.
And dude, it was fucking great, dude. I loved the knowledge that you dropped, dude. The Goldilock rule, that's gonna be the name of the episode of the fucking podcast. And do you want to promote your social media for the stimulus?
Yeah. Stimulus _TFM. I haven't posted there in a while, but if you go back deeper into the page, you can see Eddie and I go through the entire fucking journey of his weight loss of like almost 200 pounds. We used to go on there every single fucking day and just rant. Some of them are worth listening to. Some I would fucking skip for sure. But
hey, no, I definitely check it out, dude, because if you ever need help, if you're trying to find yourself wanting to live a healthier lifestyle, I would definitely recommend Otto, because he has changed people's life. He did change my life, even though I'm fucking chubby now. I'm gonna like say thick because I still work out, but anyways. But yeah, man, this is another episode of fucking Amonos with Ricky Novea. Always, hey, dude, remember, always tell the people that you love them. Be nice to people, smile at people, say hi, because you just never know what is going through that person's mind, and you can change their life like that. And don't forget, don't be a fucking pan, and check everybody out. We're having that show at the Horchateria July 19th. We're gonna have a fucking great show. It's us producing it, Gil, James, and myself. So we're ready to fucking do the damn thing. And yeah, that's it, man.
It was a pleasure.
Okay, it was a pleasure. Hell yeah,
cool,
dude.
Man.